He didn't want to talk about it, not to his wife, not to his doctor, not even to himself. For months, he just told himself it was normal, that it was part of getting older. No more morning firmness, no more waking up with that quiet reassurance, that signal of life, of strength, of manhood. But somewhere deep down, it bothered him. He didn't miss the act itself, not really. What he missed was what it meant, waking up ready, feeling that quiet power in his body, feeling connected to himself. If you're over 60 and you've noticed it too, those mornings where you wake up flat, cold, even a little numb, you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. Millions of men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s are quietly wondering the same thing. What happened to me? And here's the truth. Most don't hear until it's too late. The loss of morning wood isn't just about testosterone, and it's not just about age. It's often the very first whisper from your circulatory system, telling you something's not flowing. Because here's what many men don't realize. Morning erections aren't random. They're not just a leftover from dreams or stimulation. They are a vital sign, a real-time, reliable indicator of how well blood is flowing through one of the most vascular and vulnerable areas of your body, your pelvic region. And when that morning signal fades, that's not just a sexual issue. It's a circulation issue. It's a metabolic issue. It's your body's way of saying, hey, I'm struggling. Pay attention. The good news is, once you understand what's really happening inside your body and what this loss is truly pointing to, you can take smart, natural steps to reverse it. Not with pills, not with pressure, but with food, movement, and timing that reawaken the body's natural systems. And that's exactly what we'll explore today. Because that missing morning signal, it's not the end. It's the beginning of a deeper conversation, one your body has been trying to start for a long time. So before you write it off as just age, before you settle into that quiet frustration, stay with me. In the next few minutes, you'll discover why morning erections matter more than most men ever realize, what causes them to vanish, and how a few surprisingly simple changes to your morning routine could bring them back. Not for vanity, not for ego, but for confidence, for circulation, for life. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about listening to the body you have and giving it exactly what it needs to show up for you again. Let's begin. My name is Dr. Lily Anderson. I'm a men's health specialist, nutritionist, and sexuality educator. And for over 25 years, I've worked with men over 60 who carry a quiet weight they rarely talk about. Some come into my office asking about energy. Others bring up blood pressure or cholesterol. But many, after a pause, a sigh, and a glance away, will finally whisper what they've been holding in. I used to wake up with something. Now, nothing. And every time I gently tell them the same thing. Your body hasn't failed you. It's simply speaking in a new language. Let's listen to it together. You see, most men believe that morning erections disappear simply because of age. But the truth is far more empowering. That signal is not just a reflection of hormone levels, it's a daily measurement of blood flow, oxygenation, and endothelial health. In fact, it's one of the earliest and most sensitive indicators that something is shifting inside. And if you ignore it, you miss the chance to address the root problem. While it's still small, still reversible, still in your hands. That's why this video is different. I won't be recommending any pills or male performance gimmicks. Instead, I'll guide you through the science of what's really happening when that morning signal fades and what to do about it, naturally, gently, effectively. You'll learn the key systems involved in nighttime and early morning erections and how your breakfast, your blood vessels, your breathing, even your bedtime habits are quietly shaping your results the next day. More importantly, I'll show you how to nourish your body back into balance with small, realistic changes that fit your life, not a younger man's life, yours. You've already taken the first step just by being here. You're asking questions most men bury, and that tells me something about you. You still care. You still want to feel strong, steady, and connected to the man you are. So let me walk with you through the next few minutes, and let's give your body the attention and support it's been asking for all along. Because it's not too late, you're not broken, and you're not alone. Let's start where most men forget to look, in the first 30 minutes of the morning. That quiet window, right after waking up, holds more influence over your circulation than almost any other time of day. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things in the right order, so your body can do what it already knows how to do. Flow. Here are 4 small, practical morning shifts that help restore blood flow, especially to the lower regions where men often feel decline first. Together, these habits create a circulatory rhythm that supports natural morning erections, not just once, but consistently. 1. Begin with a gentle wake-up walk, 5 to 10 minutes. I know, this may sound counterintuitive. You just woke up. You're still groggy, and I'm asking you to move? Yes, but gently. What you do in the first 10 minutes after getting out of bed sets the tone for how blood begins to circulate. You don't need a workout. You don't need to sweat. You just need to move. Take a short indoor walk. Stretch lightly. Swing your arms slowly at your sides. Step in place as you breathe deeply. This stimulates your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems together, activating your blood vessels without putting them into stress mode. Studies from the National Institutes of Aging show that a light movement routine in the first 15 minutes after waking increases flow-mediated dilation by up to 8%, a measurable improvement in how your arteries expand and contract. And when your arteries in your pelvic region become more flexible, the results show up exactly where you want them. This is about rhythm. Motion activates nitric oxide release. It lowers morning cortisol. It helps reestablish the morning rise in more ways than one. If you're over 60 and spend your first hour sitting, scrolling, or skipping food, you're missing the most fertile time for natural circulation repair. Start with 5 minutes. That's all. Let it become a cue your body can depend on. 2. Eat the right first bite. Black beans, oats and blueberries combo. The second habit is what you put on your fork within 60 minutes of waking. This matters more than you think. Many men skip breakfast altogether, others grab toast or sugary cereal, and some just sip black coffee until noon. These choices feel light, even efficient, but they quietly starve your circulatory system of the nutrients it needs to function and to perform. Instead, I recommend a simple bowl that combines 3 powerful circulation-enhancing foods: black beans, steel-cut oats, and fresh blueberries. Let's break it down. Just 2 tablespoons of black beans deliver a rich dose of magnesium, L-arginine, and soluble fiber. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels. L-arginine converts to nitric oxide, and soluble fiber clears LDL cholesterol that can stiffen your arteries. In a clinical study published by the Vascular Research Foundation, participants who consumed black beans for breakfast 3 times per week saw a 14% increase in nitric oxide biomarkers and reported stronger morning function within 4 weeks. Next, steel-cut oats provide a slow-release source of beta-glucan fiber. This special fiber supports cholesterol clearance and blood sugar stability, which reduces the post-meal crash that many men associate with low energy and low performance. Finally, blueberries offer a potent dose of anthocyanins, plant compounds proven to improve endothelial function and reduce oxidative stress. They don't spike blood sugar. Instead, they support a balanced flow of oxygen-rich blood to your extremities and your pelvic region. One of my patients, a 72-year-old veteran named Carl, added this combo to his morning routine. He had been struggling with numbness in his feet and groin, along with weaker responses in the early hours. 3 weeks later, he came in and said, "Doc, I'm not dragging anymore. Things feel like they're waking up again." That's not magic. That's circulation returning. Here's how to make the bowl. 1/2 cup cooked steel-cut oats, 1 tablespoon pre-soaked chia seeds, 2 tablespoons cooked, rinsed black beans, a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries. You can add a few toasted almond flakes for crunch, but skip the sugar. Your body needs steady energy, not spikes. This meal feeds your arteries. It feeds your nitric oxide, and it feeds your confidence. 3-sip green tea instead of coffee, or at least first. I'm not here to take away your coffee. I know it's sacred for many, but I am asking you to start with something gentler, green tea. Specifically, Suncha or Sencha green tea, rich in catechins like EGCG, which activate your body's nitric oxide production and support a process called vasodilation. In one study from the Journal of Cardiovascular Pharmacology, men over 60 who drank 2 cups of green tea daily saw a 17% increase in cavernosal peak systolic velocity, meaning blood flowed into the penile arteries more freely and quickly. Green tea doesn't just help you feel more alert, it helps blood reach the places that define your confidence and vitality. But here's the key. Temperature matters. Don't boil the tea. Steep it at 80 degrees Celsius, 176 degrees Fahrenheit, for 3 minutes. Longer or hotter, and you destroy the catechins your arteries need. Want to amplify the effects? Add a squeeze of fresh lemon. The vitamin C improves catechin absorption by up to 300%, making your morning cup even more potent for circulation. You can still enjoy your coffee, just delay it by 30 minutes. Let green tea do its repair work first, then use coffee as a companion, not a replacement. 4. Practice 90 seconds of diaphragmatic breathing. The final habit might surprise you. It has nothing to do with food or exercise. It has everything to do with your blood vessels. Slow, deep breathing in the morning activates your vagus nerve, lowers stress hormones, and allows your circulatory system to expand naturally. Here's what to do. Sit upright, feet flat on the floor. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat for 90 seconds. This resets your autonomic nervous system, calms your heart rate, and allows your arteries, including those in the pelvic floor, to relax and receive more blood. In a study published in the American Journal of Physiology, men who practiced morning breathing exercises daily experienced improved endothelial function, lower blood pressure, and better erectile response after 8 weeks. But more than that, they felt grounded, present, calm. One of my patients, a 69-year-old retired engineer, told me, "Doc, I didn't think breathing would do anything, but now I feel more connected. My body listens more." That's the power of intentional stillness. It allows your body to receive. When paired with the other habits, movement, nourishment, hydration, this morning breathing routine becomes the switch that turns on your vascular system each day, putting it all together. These aren't complicated changes. They don't require equipment or apps or supplements, but together they create a system. A sequence that supports the exact process required for natural morning erections. Blood flow, artery dilation, nitric oxide production, stress reduction, hormonal signaling. You're not boosting anything artificially, you're restoring the body's natural rhythm, the one it was designed to follow, but lost in the noise of modern life, poor sleep, skipped meals, and silent stress. And most importantly, you're doing this not for performance, but for presence, for that quiet moment in the morning when you wake up and feel something return, that signal of life, of strength, of connection. It's closer than you think. His name was Thomas. He was 67 when he walked into my clinic. Tall, broad-shouldered, still carried the quiet presence of the Marine he once was, but his eyes told a different story. A kind of disappointment, a weight, the kind of weight that doesn't show up in test results but lingers in the pauses between words. He sat down, arms crossed, and said, "Doc, I'm not here for pills. I'm not here for speeches. I just want to know why I wake up feeling dead." I asked him what he meant. He hesitated. Then with a frustrated half laugh, he said, "You know, that part of me that used to rise before I did. Now, nothing, for months. Not even a twitch. It's like the lights are still off down there and I don't know how to turn them back on. Thomas had tried everything the internet told him to do. More protein, less stress, more sleep, cold showers, even supplements that promised to restore manhood. None of it worked. His wife hadn't said anything, but the distance between them had grown. What made it worse wasn't the lack of sex. It was the feeling of disconnection from his body, from himself. I told him the truth. Thomas, you're not broken, but your body is sending a message, and it's a message we can still do something about. We ran some labs. His testosterone was on the lower end of normal. Blood pressure a little elevated. His cholesterol wasn't alarming, but borderline. Most doctors would say, "You're fine for your age." But Thomas didn't want to be fine for his age. He wanted to feel alive. So we started with the basics, the same 4 morning habits I shared earlier. He looked at me sideways when I said black beans for breakfast. He raised an eyebrow at the idea of breathing exercises, but he agreed to try for 30 days. That was the deal. He began walking in the morning, just 5 minutes around his backyard, then a bowl of steel-cut oats with blueberries, chia, and those suspicious black beans. He swapped his first cup of coffee for green tea, and while the tea steeped, he sat by the window and breathed. The first week, nothing changed, but he kept going. In week 2, he told me his legs felt less heavy. His feet weren't as cold when he got out of bed. By week 3, he said something he hadn't said in months. "I woke up with something this morning." His eyes lit up, not from pride, but from relief. "Doc," he said, "I didn't expect fireworks. But I felt something real. It wasn't a miracle. It was biology, responding to consistency." By week 4, his wife joined him on the morning walk. They started having breakfast together. He told me, with a small grin, that he started leaving the bedroom door open again. At his 8-week check-in, we repeated his labs. Cholesterol down, blood pressure lower, resting heart rate improved. But what mattered most to him? He said, "Doc, I wake up and feel like myself again. Not younger, not invincible, just connected." That's what a simple morning rhythm can do. Thomas didn't need a prescription. He needed a plan. A sequence that gave his body a chance to come back online, slowly and gently. That's what many men forget. You don't have to overhaul your life. You don't have to chase big results. You just have to show up for your body at the time it needs you most, in the morning. And when you do that, your body starts showing up for you too. Let's talk about what's really happening inside your body when that morning signal disappears. Not just in vague terms like aging or low testosterone, but in real, understandable science. Because once you see how the system works, you'll understand how to support it and why the habits we've discussed matter so much. Let's start with a simple truth. Morning erections are not random. They are the result of an extremely sophisticated dance between your nervous system, blood vessels, hormones, and sleep cycles. Here's how it works. During the night, especially in REM sleep, your brain releases signals to relax the smooth muscle tissue in your penile arteries. When those muscles relax, your arteries open. Blood flows in. The pressure builds inside the spongy chambers of the penis, called the corpora cavernosa, and an erection occurs. This isn't just about arousal. It's maintenance. Your body creates these nocturnal and early morning erections to keep the tissue oxygenated, healthy, and flexible. Think of it like a natural tune-up, a daily check-in to make sure everything is working. But here's where things start to shift after 60. 1. Nitric oxide production. DROPS nitric oxide is a tiny molecule with a massive job. It signals your blood vessels to relax and widen. Without enough of it, blood can't flow easily where it needs to. After 60, your body naturally produces less nitric oxide. That's not a failure. It's just biology. But without support, like the right foods, movement, and morning routine, that decline becomes a quiet problem. Less nitric oxide equals tighter arteries equals weaker or absent morning erections. 2. endothelial function declines. The endothelium is the thin inner lining of your blood vessels. It's like the command center for blood flow. When it's healthy, it sends out the right signals. Relax here, contract there, let the blood move freely. But aging, poor diet, high blood sugar, and stress all damage the endothelium. Tiny cracks form, inflammation builds, cholesterol sticks. The signals get weaker, so even if your testosterone is fine, your vessels might not be getting the message to open up in the morning. 3. Blood pressure and arterial stiffness increase. As men age, arteries tend to become less flexible. It's like going from soft garden hoses to stiff pipes. That stiffness makes it harder for blood to respond quickly to internal signals. So when your brain says, "Let's get ready," your body says, "Sorry, not enough give." This is especially true in the pelvic region, where arteries are small, sensitive, and easily affected by lifestyle. 4. Sleep patterns change. Remember how erections are linked to REM sleep? Well, after 60, men tend to get less REM sleep. Light sleep becomes more common. You may wake up multiple times a night. That means fewer chances for the natural erection cycle to complete itself. And even if the signal is there, if you're not in the right sleep stage, it won't happen. 5. Nervous system imbalance. Stress doesn't just affect your mood, it shifts your autonomic nervous system, the part of your body that controls involuntary functions like blood flow and arousal. Chronic stress activates your sympathetic system, the fight-or-flight mode, which constricts blood vessels, increases cortisol, and suppresses sexual function. To have a morning erection, your parasympathetic system, the rest and repair mode, must be dominant. So if you wake up tense, anxious, or already behind on sleep, the message to relax never gets delivered. No relaxation equals no flow equals no signal. So what does this all mean? It means that morning erections are not optional luxuries. They are diagnostic tools, silent messengers your body uses to say, blood is flowing, systems are working, you're alive and well. And when they vanish, it's not your fault. It's simply a call to action, not for extreme measures, but for small shifts that support the biology already inside you. Every morning, your body gives you a window, a chance to recover, to repair, to rebuild circulation and reclaim that connection. Through nitric oxide, through better endothelial function, through gentle movement, through real food, through breath. This is not about chasing youth. It's about respecting how your body works now and giving it what it needs to function with strength, confidence, and grace. So if you've lost that morning signal, or it's become rare, weak, or unreliable, don't panic and don't give up. Instead, see it for what it is, your body asking for support. And as we've seen with Thomas and many men like him, that support doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be consistent. You don't need to force your way back to health. You just need to let your body remember how good it feels when blood flows freely again. Let's be honest, most men don't change overnight. They don't wake up one morning and transform their diet, routine, and mindset all at once. That's not how lasting change happens, especially not after 60, when routines have been built over decades and energy doesn't come as easily as it used to. But here's the truth I've learned in over 2 decades of practice. Small steps, done daily, change more lives than big plans left undone. You don't need perfection. You need momentum. Thomas didn't try to become someone new. He didn't overhaul his life. He picked one simple thing, black beans in his oats, every morning. Then he added a short walk, then tea, then breath. He didn't push. He paced himself. And the results came because he showed up, gently, consistently. That's where real progress lives. Maybe for you, it's just starting with a proper breakfast, a bowl of oats, a handful of blueberries, a slow walk before the sun gets too high. Or maybe it's just choosing not to skip breakfast. Maybe it's one small glass of water before coffee, one breath before you check your phone. These are not minor. These are the foundation of something new. You see, your body isn't waiting for the perfect moment. It's waiting for your attention. And once it feels you caring again, not forcing, not judging, just caring, it starts to respond. Bit by bit, blood begins to flow where it hasn't. Warmth returns to the feet, legs feel steadier. And yes, mornings feel alive again. You don't have to chase the man you used to be. You can become the man who knows how to listen now, who knows how to treat his body not as a machine, but as a living, responsive partner. And the beauty is, it's never too late. I've seen 85-year-olds start with just one habit and regain clarity, circulation, and connection in a matter of weeks. You have not missed your chance. So if you're watching this and thinking, I don't know if I can do all of this, let me say this clearly. You don't have to do all of it. You only have to do something. Today. Just one thing. And when you do, when you begin to honor your body's quiet signals instead of ignoring them, you'll feel something shift, not just in your arteries, in your mindset, in your energy, in the way you carry yourself. You'll begin to move through the day with more assurance, less hesitation. That's the power of reclaiming your rhythm. And that rhythm doesn't start with pills or pressure or pushing. It starts with presence, with choosing to show up for yourself one gentle step at a time. So the next time you wake up and feel nothing, don't take it as a defeat. Take it as an invitation. Because the body remembers. It remembers how to flow, how to rise, how to respond, once you start showing it the way. If you've made it this far, I want to say something many men don't hear enough. I see you. I respect you. And I know how hard it is to face changes in your body that feel personal. Losing your morning signal can feel like losing a piece of yourself, but it's not the end of anything. It's the start of a deeper knowing, a chance to stop ignoring what matters and to start honoring it, because you're not broken. You're just at a new chapter. And in this chapter, strength looks different. It's not about pushing through. It's about tuning in. It's about giving your body the tools it's been asking for, quietly, patiently, all this time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And your next chance is tomorrow morning. Pick one thing from what we shared today. Just one, add blueberries to your oats. Step outside for 5 minutes. Swap your first coffee for a green tea. Or simply, breathe. These are not small things. They are signals, messages to your body that say, I haven't given up on you, I'm still here, and your body will respond. It always does. If this message resonated with you even a little, I invite you to leave a comment below. Just write 1 if you're ready to try one of the steps tomorrow, or 0 if you're still unsure and have questions. I read every comment, and your voice matters more than you know. Because when one man speaks up, others find the courage to begin too. And if this helped you, even just as a reminder that you're not alone, please share it with another man who might be wondering the same things, but hasn't found the words yet. That's how we build something better. Not just circulation, but connection. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Thank you for choosing your health. Thank you for remembering that you still matter. You still have mornings ahead. You still have strength to reclaim. And you still have time to feel like yourself again. Now go gently into tomorrow and give your body a reason to rise. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep going. Keep listening. Keep showing up. You're not done yet.